Well, everybody, we are back today and we are joined by Randy from Instashow, and I forget your other company, Randy.
Yeah, Annie Mac Home Mortgage.
Awesome. So, Randy, how are you?
Good, good. How are things going on your end?
Oh, it's been a day. They all are anymore. I'm constantly running. It's gorgeous out though.
It is. I appreciate you having me on. It's a great day.
Yeah. So, Randy, talk to me a little bit about, obviously, from my understanding, you were in the mortgage industry first. So, talk to me about how you ended up falling into the mortgage industry.
Yeah, so I've actually still am in the mortgage industry. I've been a lender for about 25 years, and it's interesting how I got into this space. One of my really good friends, his brother was in the mortgage business. And at the time, I was between jobs, and he was talking about how his brother loved his job. And I had been unemployed for a month. I was doing some traveling, and very unlike my personality, I sort of want to have a job find me. So I just mentioned, I said, "Hey, can you connect me up with your brother? I just want to talk to him, see what he's doing, and see if it's a good fit." He worked fairly close to where I lived in Old City, Philadelphia, and talked to him. Everything went great. I wound up interviewing with the company, and almost 25 years later, I'm still in the mortgage business.
Interesting. So, what would you say through your 25 years of mortgage was one of the most interesting things that happened to you?
I would say in 2006 and 7, when the market really had some issues, there's liquidity issues, obviously, the housing
Mhm.
crisis. I had started off as a commercial loan officer, and then the company I worked for started to lose its funding because of all the financing issues going on in our country. And I actually transitioned, and I never had sold residential real estate or lent on residential real estate before, and was there for probably 5 or 6 years. And then I moved into the wholesaling, which I became one of the biggest wholesalers in all of Pennsylvania. I worked for a company called Argent Mortgage for about 3 years. And that was a really interesting time where I was going directly to the loan officers, selling the bank's products. And then the whole world sort of imploded a couple years after. So that was just mentally was very just challenging for me because things were great, and then just had to reset and got back into the residential world after the debacle of around '08.
So, fun fact, I've done mortgages. Um,
Nice.
so a lot of my listeners probably have caught on to that. Maybe have never even heard me say it. I don't know. But I used to do mortgages, so I kind of get your pain. But I came on after the debacle of 2008,
Yeah.
so I didn't have to live through what everybody else did. So, obviously, Randy, that's not your only gig now. You are also involved with one of my sponsors, Instashow Plus. So, talk to me a little bit about why you linked up with Instashow Plus and what your role is with them.
Yeah. So, really interesting story. About 2.5 years ago, I was talking to a very good friend of mine who's also an agent right outside of the Philadelphia area, Quakertown. And we were talking about how the landscape of real estate is going to change, how tech is going to play a part in this, and sort of fast forward a couple years from now, what is this landscape of real estate going to look like? Just a bunch of guys having a couple beers, thought nothing of it. And then 2 weeks later, I'm back in York, PA, where I live, and being a loan officer, I would prospect realtors. So I called up an agent randomly. His name is Mike Watroba. He worked for like a boutique realtor shop here in York, and I was trying to convince him to use my mortgage product. So I said, "Mike, let me take you out to lunch, tell you how great I am, how my products are going to really change your life, and yada yada." And then we connected at lunch and just started talking about mortgages. And then he just hit me out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I've been working on this app, and Nicholas, it was almost identical to what my buddy and I were talking about 2 to 3 weeks before, and my jaw hits the ground. And I looked at Mike and I said, Mike, I said, you don't know me, but I need to be a part of this. This is one of those times in life where it was just meant to be. Like, what are the odds that I'm in Quakertown talking about this, and then of all places in York, Pennsylvania, and I met the guy who was a co-founder of the app that I was just sort of, pontificating about. So was very interested, followed their trek as they were in the infancy stages about 2.5 years ago. And as things grew, I stayed very close with Mike, doing some loans with him, asking, and doing some networking functions with them. And then as things grew and the product really became stable and they sort of got out of that beta testing, and this is probably roughly about 6 to 8 months ago, I said, I'd like to come on and help you out. I really think that there's a lot that I can add. There's a lender component to what your technology is. And it sort of just took over. Started doing 10, 15 hours a week. And now I'm doing sometimes 40, 50 hours a week just at Instashow, and really loving more on the marketing, uh, sales side, business development. And that's really my role with the company.
Need a handyman? Call the Handyman Guy, LLC. For small fixes to major projects, call the Handyman LLC. Deliver professional, reliable, affordable services. Our experiences: repairs, painting, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, furniture assembly, and much, much more. Licensed, insured, and definitely quality guaranteed. Call our number, 717-819-5453. Visit us at thathandymanguy.com. The Handyman Guy LLC, your trusted home fix expert. Thank you. Have a great day.
Transform your property with DB360 soft washing. Say goodbye to dirt, grime, and stains with DB360 soft washing, the experts in safe, effective, and exterior cleaning. We specialize in soft washing, roofing, siding, driveways, walkways, decks, fences, commercial and residential, eco-friendly solutions, and insured. Call us today at 717-691-1712 or visit us at db360wash.com. DB360 soft washing, clean you can trust.
Stop lead providers from auctioning off the buyer leads generated from your listings. Meet Instashow Plus, a premier showing management system built to generate, qualify, and convert buyer leads for you. Agents receive verified leads, and you never meet unqualified or unidentified prospects. Take control of your leads and your safety today. Learn more by emailing us at hello@instashowplus.com. That's hello@instashowplus.com, or call us at 877-877-8030. All right, so Randy, tell me how you as a lender use Instashow and partner with, and what do you do?
Yeah, a couple ways I'm leveraging the platform. Number one, just introducing my agents to it and educating them about what's going on with the lead diversion. So letting them know that there's a solution that my bank sponsors, and not only are we protecting their leads, which is really important to them, but also it gives me an opportunity to pre-qualify their leads. Because one of the things in Instashow is you as an agent can select to have your visitors become pre-approved. So I'm partnering with my agents. If they so desire, they can slip on the pre-approval option. And now I'm pre-approving them prior to them touring. So they know they're not getting tire kickers and people that quite honestly can't afford the house. So that's one way that we're leveraging the platform. Another way too is I'm going after the for sale by owner market. So I'm calling direct to the for sale by owners, and basically my pitch to them is I'm going to give you, Mr. Fizbo, this system. And what this system does for you and why you would want it is it's a scheduling system. It's an identification system, so just random people aren't walking through your house. You know who you're meeting at your home, so there's safety concerns that it alleviates. And also, I want to pre-approve those buyers. because of the 15 people that are probably going to tour your house, only one person can buy that house, right? And why I can give them this platform for free is because the other 14 people are also interested in purchasing. And there's value to me as a loan officer. I want to pre-approve them. And then what I'm doing is after I pre-approve them, if they're not interested in the for sale by owner's home, I'm actually handing my lender a pre-approved lead of a buyer that's interested and is the hottest lead available because they're actually touring. They're not in their pajamas on a computer wishing and filling out some form. They are physically making the actions to tour a house. Just that house didn't suit their needs, but I've already pre-approved them. So it's a way for me to give back to my agents. And the for sale by owner's guard is down more when it's a lender, because I'm not trying to earn their business or take a part of their commission. I just want to make sure, is the person pre-approved? Are they a viable candidate to buy the house? And it's a pretty easy sell when you're coming from a lender standpoint.
And you're coming from a helping standpoint. That's actually ingenious. I love that idea. And it allows you to capture and use those to support people that support you. So that's absolutely phenomenal. I think that's a great use of the system. I'm really blown away that you came up with that. That's awesome.
Thanks.
That's
Another thing
really
we're doing
ingenious.
is the elusive builder market. So how do you break in as an agent to the builder market? And one of the things that Instashow does is it has self-touring technology, secure self-touring technology. So a builder that uses a model home, they want to show that home as much as possible, 7 days a week, leave it open. And because of the optional cameras and that they're doing secured self-touring, meaning they're identifying the people ahead of time, what's happening is that lead's being captured, and my agents are literally going to builders and saying, hey, Mr. Builder, if I could leave your model home open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., is that of value to you? And the builder is like, absolutely. More traffic, the faster their home sells, the faster their development sells, and the quicker their debt service ends. They want to close out that project as fast as possible. And the cool thing about their self-touring technology with Instashow is they're doubling or tripling the traffic that is coming through a home. More traffic, faster sells. So that's the really a way for the agent to be able to lever up and break into that market and actually give the builder a value proposition that they didn't have before. And it really lets the builder's guard down. And it's just a great way to break into that market if you're an agent. And that's something that interests you.
Yeah, I like that. Both of those are really great ideas for individuals to really take and ponder as to something that they want to do. Obviously, I have a few weeks before this come live. I guess I got to get a move on so I can be ahead of the curve. I love it though. So Randy, tell me, in the next 5 years, where do you see Instashow going?
Well, the company's goal is that they want to be the premier showing system that agents use across the United States. And the thought process is that the associations would actually own equity in Instashow. And the reason why is because the founders are agents and they also have a property management background. They feel as though that agents should own their own showing system. And that's the company's philosophy. We'll always be an agent-centric company. So we envision that the associations will own equity, that we will have simplified because of the system, all these other disjointed systems, these safety systems that agents are supposed to use, the lock systems. The Instashow platform does access, identification, lead gen, all in one. And most importantly, the company doesn't siphon listing agents' buyer lead opportunities away from there. So hopefully quicker in 5 years, we're starting to make some tremendous traction, but that's the goal, is to be agent owned.
Interesting. I love it. So, guys, we definitely have a lot more coming out from Instashow. You already saw the interview with Al. We have this one. We have another one coming out to where we're going to have some of their stuff looked at a little bit closer. And hopefully that's going to be getting scheduled soon here for you guys. So if you guys are interested, all you have to do is go out to our sponsorship page, and you can actually click right on the link to go out to Instashow and see their site, to sign up for their site. Any questions or concerns, you can also find their information and get in touch with them. Along with it will be in the bio here. So Randy, thank you so much for coming and spending
Yeah.
some time with me here today and sharing this. I'm really impressed by the out of box thinking and super excited to continue this relationship with you.
I appreciate it. Thanks for your time. And if your viewers have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're here for them, and we're excited about the opportunity.
Awesome.